Hello everyone, it is Adam, and as you can see from the title of the video, something recently happened to me that has kind of turned my world completely upside down, and I just wanted to kind of share what was going on, give a little timeline. I'm going to try not to cry during this little intro, because there's enough crying later in the video, just because I filmed my reaction after getting a hearing test. Yeah, I don't really show that part of me or those emotions really ever, but I wanted to share kind of the severity of the situation and how it's affecting me. So that'll be later in the video. So to give you a little timeline, on April 22nd, 2020, I started having a little bit of pressure and like a slight ringing in my right ear. That's happened before, but very like short, like 10 seconds, something real short like that. But it kind of continued on through the whole day. On April 23rd, 2020, I woke up and it kind of had gone away. So I was like, awesome, back to normal. It wasn't really an issue. It was just like a fluke day thing. But the afternoon / evening of April 23rd, it kind of came back, and that kind of pressure and slight ringing, I guess, in my ear returned. And then on the morning of April 24th, 2020, I woke up around 7 a.m. after going to bed at like 2 a.m. I was editing videos and I think editing some pictures, just doing some work stuff, I guess. Yeah, I woke up at 7 a.m. and I instantly felt something was off. My ear just felt different, my right ear. And I touched it and it was just numb to the touch. Just, yeah, couldn't feel anything. So then I kind of started doing little things in comparison. Like I would do this to my left ear. Oh, I can hear that. I would do this to my right ear. I couldn't hear that. I would do stuff like little, I guess, hand tests, DIY ear hearing hand tests. And I'm like, oh, I can hear that. I can't hear that. So I went into the bathroom, just collapsed to the floor, and started crying because I knew something was wrong. And so I stayed awake, worked on a video we had premiering that morning or later that day, and then I did like a headphones test. So I listen to a lot of music in my headphones. I love to get lost in music. It's a huge part of my life. So I did like a little headphone test and I played a song and I did the right ear off and the music sounded perfectly fine. I switched it and had the headphone on just the right ear and I could very, very faintly hear like the kick drum and the bass, like bass synths and bass instruments of the song very, very, very faintly in this ear. And then that was even more of a confirmation that something was off. Started crying again. And I'm not much of a crier. Like, if you've followed us for a while, you know that. If you haven't, point blank, I just am not much of a crier. I try and look at things glass half full, very happy, la la la, love rainbows type of person. Yeah. So it just kind of was like, oh my gosh, what is happening? Why is this happening? I had so many questions. My first thought was to look up ENTs in the area. And I went to Yelp and just went to the best rated ENT and I called them. I spoke to them about what was happening. And they said, okay, well, does mornings work better for you? Afternoons, evenings? And I said, well, it depends on the day. And they said, we have to see you today because of your hearing loss, like because of what you've described, you have to come in today. I was like, okay, well, I love y'all being so adamant, so that's great. Like an hour after that, I went to the ENT. When I got into the room with the doctor, he looked in my ears, but then said, oh, we need a hearing test done to know if this is dealing with the nerves or if it's not dealing with the nerves. And then they can better, I guess, diagnose the situation and give me treatment, I suppose. So I got a hearing test. Didn't really go super great. When I was getting the hearing test done, the woman that was giving it to me said, "Oh, this actually happened to one of our physicians." That's really all she said. My mind was in a whirlwind just because I knew something was off. I didn't know anything else. All I knew was just something was off. So I don't know if the physician got his hearing back. I don't know if he lost it in both ears. And I guess it was naive of me to not ask any questions, but I was just in a state of shock, I guess. This ear ended up being fine. This ear, not so fine. Every time they did these little frequency beeps in each ear, and I would click a pin to let them know if I hear it or not. Whenever they did beeps in this ear, they would have to put white noise in this ear just to distract this ear, I guess. They didn't have to do that when they did beeps in this ear. So I was just like, okay, this is not looking too good. And the woman came back in to like unplug all the wires and everything. And I was like, what? So how does it look? And she was like, yeah, it's not good. Yeah, and so then I went back into the room with the doctor. He let me know that it is a nerve-related issue, damage to the nerve. That's really all. And so then he said I would be put on steroids. I asked if it was similar to a Z-Pack because I've taken that for vocals and throats and stuff. And he said, yeah, it's very different. It's a stronger steroid. After the hearing test, I was just trying my hardest to keep it together because I didn't want to cry. I don't usually showcase my emotions in front of others. I don't know, it just might be the way I was brought up. But yeah, I didn't ask very many questions and I wasn't given very many answers to anything. And I should have asked more questions, but my head was just going a mile a minute, just thinking a lot of different things. So as soon as I got in my car, my feelings started to feel. Yeah, that's what you're about to see. I just wanted to share my reaction because I don't share my emotions a lot. And maybe some people think I'm like a ice queen. I don't have any emotions. It's just I don't show them very much, but I did want to share this because it's affected me quite a lot. And this was all on April 24th that all this was happening. I'm filming this currently on April 25th, so it's a day after I had the hearing test and all that stuff. This is all very fresh. Before this video gets any longer, this is right after my appointment at the ENT and right after I got my hearing test done. This was my reaction and just my immediate thoughts on the situation and how it affected me. If I can ask everyone to just send good thoughts, I guess. I don't really know in this situation. I don't know what to expect. I don't know if my hearing will come back. I don't know if my hearing will go in the other ear. That's a big fear of mine. I talk about it a little bit in my reaction, but just, I don't know if my life will ever be the same after this. So you're about to see a lot of ugly crying, and it ain't cute. I'll try and keep you guys updated as much as I can throughout this whole process. Yeah. Okay. Oh, wow. So I just went to the ENT this morning because I woke up. I woke up this morning and this ear was numb, and the hearing in this ear was drastically like gone. So I went to the ENT and got a hearing test. And these are my test results. So the blue is my left ear, and everything above that line is normal, so the left ear is fine. And then the red is my right ear. I'm talking about this blue and this red. And as you can see, the red is quite lower than one would like. So yeah. Sorry, a car just pulled up next to me, and so it's a little awkward. But yeah, so these are the test results. And gonna get some, like, I guess strong steroids or something, and we'll see what happens. Sorry. I guess my main thought is listening to music, and experiencing music, and then hearing Addison and Everest is gonna be that's all I can think about is music, and then the girls. It's just like a shock. I guess, yeah, if you're not able to fully experience like the two biggest things in your life other than Eric properly, and even Eric I won't be able to hear as well, but it's a little bit like, why? But I guess this type of stuff happens. It's just like a shock. So, yeah, here's hoping that the steroids work and I can get my, hearing back. Yeah, it's a fun little video, isn't it? I just wanted to give an update. I just took the hearing test and just found out the results. Obviously I have a appointment in like 2 weeks to see if anything's changed, but I'm just really scared because I just woke up, like, there was pressure and ringing in this ear for like a couple of days, but it went away yesterday morning and came back yesterday afternoon. But this morning, like, the hearing was just gone in this ear, and I think I'm just scared that it'll happen to this ear too, just like. And then I won't be able to hear it all. And it's just like really scary because like music is such a big part of my life. It's like, it is my life. And the girls, like, I want to be able to communicate with them, but I won't be able to. I'm just scared I won't be able to hear any of their words moving forward, or I don't know, if they start singing. Oh my god, I'm a mess. Oh god. I'm gonna stop this because it's just atrocious to look at. But just keep your fingers crossed, I guess. I don't know. I'm sorry. I'm gonna be a wreck for a long time. Oh, until this hopefully goes away. Okay. I'll see you guys soon, I guess. Wow. Okay. Sorry, I'm just covering my nose because there's like a lot of snot. Yeah, okay. 3